Good morning. This is the first in a series of videos to explain to you how to use the Stakingkings website. You see, the important thing is that it doesn't matter how good you punt, you're going to have times when you're going to be out of control with your money and so on. And what happens with Stakingkings, there are programs in there that will help you with your punting and keep control of them. The first thing, of course, when you go to www.stakingkings.com, you can set up an account. Okay, so once you set up your account with just your basic details, you'll receive an email, and that'll be to prove that your email is valid. When you reply to that, you'll want to come into Stakingkings and have a look around. So it's my job to explain that to you. So first of all, with your account, you can have a look and you can see that your basic option gives you access to a free Dutch betting program that works very well. It does cost you $9.95, but that's for one whole year's access. And it works on your PC, or your laptop, or your mobile phone, your smartphone, or a tablet. It even works on the Mac, so that's really good. Okay, so I just want to explain that to you. Another subscription you can do is to the Money Factory or Power Play, or there's a discount subscription if you take Money Factory plus Power Play. Okay. So just going back now to our basic option here. First of all, locations and accounts. Let's have a look at that. What is it? Okay, this is where you store all the locations where you have betting accounts. For example, in this account, I've got New South Wales tab, Victorian tab, Sporting Bet, Bet365, BetEasy, Unibet, LuxBet. If you want to add more accounts to this, you just do so over here and type them in. And for example, you might have an account with, say, Ladbrokes. Oops, let's spell that correctly. So you can add that location, and guess what? That will possibly come in over there. Okay, so what it means when you're placing a bet, all of the programs give you an option of putting the location in, and the reason for this is you might use several betting accounts during the day, and when you come to the end of the day you've forgot where you've placed them, so there you are. Let's now go to the Dutch betting program, just so that I can show you how to set this up. You notice there you can manage your Dutch systems. You can have more than one system. You can have Dutch betting, you can have reports on your Dutch betting, and you can have help files. The help files I'll leave to you to have a look at. This is a video help file. Okay, so manage Dutch systems. I've already got one system here which I set up at the seminar, and you can see there I've called it seminar. I've put down here in my notes for demonstration at seminar. I've used a bank of $1,000 and base bets of $20. You can edit those options. Also, you can set up a brand new system by typing your system name in here, putting any notes that you want to do about the system. And by the way, we can actually use this plan to place win bets or place bets, single ones that is. You simply enter one horse in. Or you can set up different size banks, and you can also set up an each way system if you like. And we've got a particular way of doing that which is explained in the help files. But let's go back now, and when I call in the Dutch system, I can actually go to betting. Okay. So what happens here, I'll pull up the seminar plan. It tells me what my current bank balance is, which happens to be 1,001, so I'm $1 in profit. I could rule off that if I wanted to, so I'll do that. And what it means, I'll rule that off, and we're going back to our $1,000 and we're square. The first option you have to do is create a new Dutch bet. So we go for the date of the race. First of all, we click New Dutch Bet. It shows up the current date of the race, which is today. Or, if we were looking at past records, we could go back to previous days, but this was the 19th of November, so there we are. And they're racing today at Canterbury. So I can put that in. I can select a race number. Let's just do number 1. The outlay hasn't changed, But if you were confident and wanted to increase your bet, you can do that by just going up or down. Okay? Very, very easy. Now, all I'm doing in confirming this is that I'm betting in this race. Now, you'll see a percent column. This only comes to operation once you put horses in. First of all, let's say for argument's sake I go for horse number 1. And the dividend is the price I'm expecting. So say for example, I was expecting a price of $5. That's what I put in there. Now, I might be going to place that bet, say, at bet 365. So I can add this to the list now that I've put that there. So I'll add it to the list and see what happens. It tells me that so far I'm outlaying 20%. Alright? Now, if I want to add an extra horse, let's say I go for horse 3, and the dividend for that horse is currently paying, let's make it $10. Okay? And I might place that bet. I might do that at BetEasy, because BetEasy pays the best of 3 takes or starting price. And I add that one to the list. What it's telling me now is the percentage that I've bet so far is 30%. In other words, if I get a winner, I'm probably going to get a return of 100%. So that's going to be quite a nice profit. In actual fact, because of rounding down, you'll find that this horse is returning $65 and this horse is returning $70. We'll go to another horse now. Let's call this number 6. Let's say the dividend for that horse is $4. When we add that to the list, you can see we've now gone to 55%. So we're pretty much just gone to maybe doubling our money. Because so far you can see that our bet amounts here are $7, $4 and $9. That's a $20 outlay. Our maximum return is 40 or around 35 or 36 if they get up. So our profit will be somewhere around $27, $28 or $36, just depends. And as I said, there is a bit of rounding down, which is why they're not exactly equal. But if I confirm that, okay, I've done that there, and now I can click on Save Dutch Bet. That's what I've done. Alright, we can go down here, and we can see that's the current bet. Now we can enter the result. Now, say for example, the reason we've got 2 winners here is in the case of if there's a protest, you might end up with 2 winners if you back both of the horses involved in the protest, and some of the companies pay you no matter which one wins, which means you would get 2 payouts. So you could put those both winners in. If one of your horses was scratched, you can put that there. If one of your selections was scratched at the barrier or something like that. The other one we can put the winners there, and if there was a dead heat, we would put both winners in at the dividend they were paying. Let's say, for example, that number 1 won, and we only ended up with a dividend of, say, $3.50. Whoops, $3.50. We can save that. And what that's telling us now is, if we look up here, we ended up only making $5 on that race. The reason being the horse reduced from $5 to only $3.50. On the other hand, we can now remove that last bet if we needed to edit it. Other than that, we would now go and start off with a new Dutch bet. Now let's say we wanted to do Canterbury again, and we wanted to do race 2, and the same outlay. Now say for example we decided we were going to back just one horse, number 1, and we're going to back it each way because it might be paying, say, $20 for the win. Okay, we can add that bet to the list. Now, we can't enter horse number 1 again, the program won't recognise it. So, if we want to also have a place bet in the race on that horse, we might put in and call it number 31. That's just so we can recognise it. But for the place, the horse might only be paying $5. So we add that to the list, and the program treats that now as 2 bets. $4 for the win, $16 for the place. The idea being that even if it only ran a place, we would get a good dividend. Now say we also wanted to back horse number 2, and that was paying $5 for the win. We could add that to the list. And now what's happening here, our race outlay is only 45%. We're backing horse number 1, $2 the win, $9 the place, and horse number 2, $5 the win. So we'll confirm that, and we'll save the Dutch bet. Now, let's say what happened here is when we enter the result, that horse number 1 was the winner and paid, for argument's sake, the full $20. Whoops, horse number 1, sorry, and it paid $20. And let's say it also placed, so we put it down as horse number 31, as you can see here, and it might have ended up paying $5.20 for the place. We save that, and now look, on that race we actually made a good profit, and we now have $72 profit. I hope that's a reasonable explanation for you of how you can use the program to keep a record of your bets. You can bet each way. You can even Dutch bet by having a each way bet in the race, as well as a win bet in the race, making the program extremely versatile. Now what happens if you were to log out, and I'll do that now. When you log back in, all these details will be available there. I won't log out. I'll actually rule off. Okay? Yes, I'll rule off the column, which takes that away for you, and now gives you the option of having a look in the report. Once again, we call up the seminar system, and here we are. We can see that to date we've entered 12 races, 7 wins, 58% strike rate. The average dividend is only $2.35, but we've bet $1,228. We've made a return of $353. We did make a mistake in this one, you might have noticed. We accidentally put in as an outlay of $1,006, which showed that we're negative $875. That was an error, I'm sorry. But had we done that, it shows up. That's the important thing. Now we can print those selections out, or we can delete all the bets. We delete all, and we can start again. The point is, everything's on record, and it stays there. It's saved in the cloud for you for next time you come in. Thanks for watching.